hear from Brahmihari Swami, a sadhu initiated by H.H. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, who leads the international relations for the BAPS Swaminathan Sanstha, a socio-spiritual voluntary Hindu organization. We have a special guest speaker, Tyler Morse, Chairman and CEO of MCR, which comprises of 3 discretionary funds and is the 4th largest owner-operator in the United States. And with much anticipation, later during the general session, you'll be hearing. Next up, we're bringing up on the stage, longtime friend of AHOA, Tyler Morse. Tyler is the Chairman and CEO of MCR, the 4th largest owner-operator in the United States. MCR owns and operates 149 hotels with more than 21,000 guest rooms across 37 states and has developed landmark properties such as the TWA Hotel at the JFK Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our longtime friend, Tyler Morse.
How's everybody doing today? That's a tough act to follow. I'm going to try and be spiritual about the lodging business and about hotels and business in general. So I'm thrilled to be here. AHOA is one of my favorite groups. It is the greatest American dream story. This is what America is all about. And the 20,000 members of AHOA embody the American dream. And when I think about this session, I think about from one entrepreneur to another. So I thought I would take a few minutes and give you a few thoughts on the lodging business and a few things outside of the lodging business. And I'm thrilled to be here, so thank you for having me. So a little bit about MCR to provide a little context. Let's see. So we are the 3rd largest owner-operator in the United States. We developed the TWA Hotel. We have hotels in 37 states. We've been in business for 17 years. We have about 7,000 team members. We were named Fast Company's most innovative company in travel. We started off, however, 17 years ago with one Value Place hotel in Huntsville, Alabama. It was a terrific product. We built it for $30,000 a key. And it was a terrific return, and it's a great product. It has now morphed into Wood Spring Suites, as you guys know. We own the Lexington Hotel, one of the largest hotels in New York City, the Sheraton, New York, with almost 2,000 keys. Big convention and meeting space, and we have a lot of Hampton Inns, Residence Inns, Courtyards, and Home2s. We have a bunch of Hyatt places now, and some IHG brands as well. So today, I'm going to talk about a few thoughts. First, I want to talk about rates. The thing that you guys should leave this conference with is you should raise your rates.
Yes.
Everybody's doing it. And I want to point out that 87% occupancy at $100 is better than 97% at $90. Right? The media is doing our job for us right now. They are telling the world about inflation. We are the willing participants in the inflationary game. We are raising rates, and the customers today are not blaming us. They are blaming inflation. So keep pushing those rates up. At a $100 rate, at 87%, you clean fewer rooms, you use fewer supplies, you use less eggs, you pay less in housekeeping wages. So 87% is the new magic number. I'm thinking about writing a book called You're 100% Wrong. Everybody likes to think about perishable inventory and hotels getting to 100% occupancy. Our hotels, when we run 100%, I'm upset because it means we left rate on the table. 87% is where you want to be. Parking. Parking is a terrific, terrific business. We should all be charging for parking. Yes, sir. So we have 150 hotels across the United States, and whether we like it or not, we own 150 parking lots. Parking is not free. So let's not let it be free. Don't leave the money on the table. It is just as good as room rates, and in fact, it's 100% margin business. Let's talk about red-headed stepchildren for a little bit. Anybody here know who the red-headed stepchild is? It's us. The lodging business in about 2000 to 2006, they came along, the OTAs did, and they took $200 billion in value from us. Right? They didn't exist before, the intermediaries. Expedia and Booking.com combined, and all of their various iterations are worth about $200 billion. That is money that just vanished from our pockets. Then in about 2015 to 2017, Airbnb came along. They took us for another $100 billion. That's the value of Airbnb. It's a great product. It's not going anywhere. People are going to continue to stay in Airbnbs. But the reason I bring this up is because this is such a good business that it's okay. The hotel business works. Somebody came along and swiped $300 billion from our industry, and we're still doing great. And we're going to continue to do great. The reason we're going to continue to do great is because demand grows at 4% per year. That is a combination of population growth, inflation, the incidence of nights spent on the road per capita continues to go up. People love traveling. Traveling is amazing. You guys are all here. There's 8,000 people here today. You all had to travel to be here. You could have phoned it in. You could have done a Zoom call. You could have taken the unambitious route, but you chose to come here. People love traveling. Demand is continuing to grow. Demand has grown at 4% a year since about 1950, since they started really tracking and keeping statistics on this. And supply grows at about 2% a year. And that 2%, that is the long-term 30-year average. That number is going to go down in the next 2 to 3 years. It's become more expensive to build hotels, harder to finance them, and it's a more difficult environment to get construction materials. Right? We built a Residence Inn recently. It cost over $200,000 a key. Right? That $200,000 a key, when I first got into the business, was $100,000 a key. And then it went to $150,000 a key, and then it went to $200,000 a key. And it's going to continue to go up as there are more laws passed, more regulations. The rooms need to be bigger. The fire exits need to be more accessible. The fireman needs to drive around the building. We need more CO2 inspection devices. We just need a lot more products to execute the same product. So supply is going to grow at about 2% over the next 20 years. And that's good math. Growth of 4% in demand, supply growing at 2%. You feel like you're paying too much in OTA commissions?
Yeah.
Right? I do.
Yeah.
That's why we're removing our hotels from the OTAs.
Yes.
So when we meet with the brands, we say, There's 75% branded inventory in the United States. In Europe, it's 25% branded inventory, and Booking.com dominates because they're mostly independent hotels. The brands are our champions to fight the OTAs, right? It's hard for us to fight the OTAs on an asset-by-asset basis. So I'm always encouraging the brands to take a harder line with the OTAs. The latest contracts were pretty good, but we have a bunch of hotels that are not on the OTAs. You know how much money we save? 20% of a lot is a lot. 15% of a lot is a lot. I was asked to talk a little bit about some of the innovations in the hotel business. So who wants to take a guess what the greatest innovation in hotels is right now?
Robots.
Is it artificial intelligence? Everybody loves to talk about artificial intelligence. Is it machine learning? Is it chat, GBT? No. It is none of those things. Artificial intelligence cannot make beds for you or for me. Machine learning does not know how to clean a lobby. And chat GBT does not know how to make eggs. They can give you a sheet that says how to make the eggs, but unfortunately they can't make the eggs. So what is the greatest innovation in hotels these days? Fake grass. So let me just tell you a little bit more about my thoughts on fake grass. Look how good this grass looks.
Beautiful.
The technology in fake grass is simply spectacular. I encourage you to get involved with synthetic turf. It's a better product. You stop wasting money. This is what happens when you use real grass. I took this photo at the Coliseum on Tuesday night. Look at it. It looks awful, right? They have this majestic building and this dead grass right in front of it. Right? Who wants this? Right? And every market is a seasonal market. Some are hot, some are cold, the grass dies, it's very hard to maintain. And it's good for the planet. Use less water, so you save money. Use fewer chemicals to treat the grass. You have no more landscaping bills. It's good from an ESG perspective and a sustainability perspective. So that is the greatest innovation in hotels. For the next few years, it's all about fake grass. So we have a lot of big event spaces, and I've sat around and puzzled for a long time about how I can fill them on weekends, right? All event spaces are probably dark 70% of the time. And I thought, what do consumers love? There was the chess craze. There was the poker craze. But the problem with those crazes is they lend themselves to smart people. The smarter you are, the better you are at poker. The better you are at chess. It is a linear relationship. Right? But what about the rest of us? How can we create something that is fun for everybody that fills our event spaces on weekends? So we created the NBA, the National Blocking Association. So some of you may be familiar with the game Jenga. So we're creating a competitive Jenga league. We hosted our first tournament at our TWA hotel about a month ago. We had a $10,000 cash prize for the winner. And it was intense and exciting, and it filled the space on a slow Saturday and a slow Sunday. Jenga can be played by everybody. It has a nice, small form factor, and it's fun. It creates intense excitement, and it doesn't cater to smart people. Right? Everybody's got fingers. Most people have fingers. And if you have fingers, you can play Jenga. So here's our champions. it was a ton of fun. So we created the National Blocking Association, and we're bringing it to a Hampton Inn near you. Soon we're going to have the World Series of Jenga in Vegas, $1 million cash prize. So get your fingers ready to start practicing. So we try to purchase incredibly smart technology for our hotels. It makes the operations more efficient. Some of you may have heard of RPA, robotic process automation. There are great technologies out there. They're just not in the hotel business. So we bought a hotel property management system called Stay in Touch a couple of years ago. It's the best PMS out there. It has changed the landscape in our hotels, and the reason why is training. You can get trained on Stay in Touch in 30 minutes versus a lot of the competing systems that take 4 months to get somebody trained up. We all have labor issues. We have higher turnover in labor. And better technology allows things to run more efficiently with a higher turnover staff. We did the same thing with housekeeping. We found a product that we liked as a customer, so we ended up buying the company. It's called Opti, and it streamlines your housekeeping operations. We have Resort Pass for our pool cabanas. We have Okra, which is a parking CRS system. We have outsourced all of our guest laundry provisions, but we're looking down our financial statement at all the different line items and seeing where there are efficiencies. So I'd like to talk for a second about the elephant in the room. We can call him Ganesh, because he makes things radically more efficient. Okay, can I get a show of hands here of who loves the government?
We don't have it.
Anybody? Look at that, no hands. I don't think there's anybody in here who loves the government. So here, one person loves the government. Probably works for the government. He's working from home. So these are the 12 points of fair franchising. In preparation for this, I read through all 12 of these points, and it reminded me of a manifesto. Almost a Unabomber-esque manifesto. It went on for 36 pages. So we, as an owner, are very supportive of a lot of the concepts in the 12 points.
Yes.
But to win, to get it accomplished, sometimes less is more. So Moses was about 20% more efficient than a hoe. And he was talking about the afterlife and going to heaven and living a wonderful life. We're just talking about liquidated damages and some kickbacks in the franchising. The U.S. government in the 1930s just said, "I want you." And based on that sign, Uncle Sam needs you, they got people to enlist and get shot at. So sometimes less is more. So along these lines, I know a lot of the points of 12 franchising are about the franchise agreements. And, you know, as a business person, if you don't like it, don't sign up for it.
Yes.
Yep.
But if you do sign up for it, you gotta live with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And that's what makes America great. The rule of law. We're one of the few countries where the rule of law dominates everything. So if you don't like it, don't sign up for it. And you got to read the fine print. Right? Sometimes there's some nasty stuff in the fine print. With that being said, we do support, obviously, no kickbacks, not changing the contract after the fact.
Yeah.
Right? That is very much, that's the same concept. If the franchisor signs up for it, then they got to live with it too. They can't just layer in more and more costs. But we have a lot more in common with the C Corps and the brands than we have against them. And I think that bringing the government into the picture is not a great solution to this. The government does not negotiate great deals. But you guys negotiate great deals. We negotiate great deals. And we can make more hay with a little bit of honey and working together with the brands. And that being said, we're not always going to get what we want, but shorter messaging, easier to understand, getting in front of the right people, and then I think we bring Hilton and Marriott and Choice back into the fold, right? They're conspicuously absent. And I don't think it's good politics for them not to be here. We're all in this together.
Yeah. I
like it. And I have to make a shameless plug because I think all of you should sign new franchise deal with Jeff Pilati at Wyndham. And he's an old friend and a great guy, and there's no kickbacks behind them. So I'm going to finish with a little entrepreneurial humor. A wise person once told me, when you want to get things done, you can get them done fast, you can get them done cheap, or you can get them done good. But you only get to pick two. If you get it done fast and cheap, it's going to be crap. If you get it done cheap and good, it's going to take forever. And if you get it done fast and good, it's going to cost you a fortune. So, fast, cheap, and good. You guys get to pick two. Choose wisely. And thank you for being here today, and thanks for partnering with this great group.
Please welcome AHOA Secretary KP Patel.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Tyler, as always, for sharing your insight and unique viewpoint with today's attendees. Now, I'd like to take just a brief pause and have my fellow officers join me, as we'd like to share some goodies with our attendees here today. Officers, please come on out. Please don't forget the t-shirt cabins. everybody enjoyed that. We had a little bit of fun along the way. Now the moment we've been waiting for. We're turning our attention to 2023 AHOA elections and candidate speeches, and then the secretary debate. As you know, this great association is led by a dynamic and talented group of volunteer leaders. In just a moment, you'll meet each of the candidates running to serve on the AHOA Board of Directors. Each candidate has the opportunity to address you, the voters, for up to 3 minutes. This year, we have 18 AHOA members who have volunteered to fill 11 positions on the AHOA Board of Directors. The ballot will contain the candidates running for national positions and any regional positions serving your area. First, we'll bring out the candidates for Director at Large, followed by the candidates for the Women Hoteliers Director, Eastern Division, Young Professionals Director, Eastern Division. Then we'll bring out the candidates running for regional director positions in alphabetical order by region. Candidates will speak to you in alphabetical order by last name. Then, after hearing from each of the director candidates, we'll have the secretary debate. There are 3 candidates running for Director at Large, Western Division. First, please welcome Cookie Desai.
Let's go, Cookie!
Jai Jalaram, AHOA. Are we here? My perspective is your perspective. Namaste. I'm Cookie Desai, running for AHOA, Director at Large, Western Division. Now, more than ever, we need strong voice to advocate on behalf of you. My experience as a hotelier for 35 years has given me a deeper understanding of our industries, our struggles, and our gain. Like many of you, I learned our business hands-on while experiencing multiple cycles in our economy. My intent is to use my experience and work with the board to find a solution to the issue we face, as my perspective is your perspective. When it comes to franchising, I will work with the board in creating open dialogue forums with brand partners to advocate our concern for fair dealing. Secondly, advocacy happens when AHOA members act. I will work on creating groups, seminars, and other resources to encourage more involvement in our advocacy effort state by state, so that we can keep bad regulation out of our pockets and protect our investment. Last but not the least, we have to unite and work smart to leverage our 60% ownership to improve our return on investment. In regards to my AHOA involvement as ambassador, my achievement includes increasing women involvement, membership growth, as well as hosting successful town hall meetings. And most of all, I have attended many legislative summits in Washington, D.C. In this election, we must choose the only candidate who has and who will continue helping members and delivering results. We will build on progress of our past and unlock promise of our future. I am here to lead these members of AHOA, and together we will continue our successful journey in our industries. That future starts today with your vote for Cookie Desai as the next Director at Large, Western Division. Thank you, be well and be safe.
And the second candidate running for Director at Large, Western Division, please welcome Neil Patel.
Jai Shri Krishna. Dear Prabhu, good morning to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a first-generation hotelier with 20 years' experience. That is why I understand your struggles you face, from labor shortages to reduced return on investments. That is why labor shortages needs to be addressed. I will be the one to help you with that.